Hey everybody, this is Sophia from No Love Lost 2.0. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? And we got Moses on the line, so let's talk about it. Go ahead, Moses. My bad.
Yeah, so if you that type of person to say, to say, damn, I'm sorry you're going through that, but to be honest, I don't mix money with my friends. Or you think you can help out a little bit? Sorry,
Well, what did you say
I
to
can't.
him? What did you actually say to him?
I don't remember, to be honest, but
Did you give him
I
a
know.
yes or no answer, or you just played it off like you was gonna get back to him?
Well, I did how to get back to him, and I think when I texted him, I was like, nah, I can't do it because I gotta do money for this cruise.
Okay, which time? Because then he like me help twice with his car.
He did, but I don't remember. But I know he told me that one time his battery died and they helped him out with the money. So, but I feel like if a person first asks you for money and you say no and you be straight up with the reason, then at least if they choose to distance themselves away from you, you have no regrets because you looked out for yourself first. If you have a boundary with yourself that you do not mix money with friends under no circumstance, then that's it. Who's anybody to say you or whatever that I am? You gotta give me some of your money. No, you don't. But that person, if they believe you and they're the type of person that they stand their ground, they're going like they're gonna believe that you are like that with everybody else. So you gotta make sure you like that with everybody else before you could be that way with him. So and the second time, I got the money, then you come and put it in your bank. That should be the time to be like, damn, London, like you're not gonna call me to see how I'm doing or to see what's going on. But yeah, you call me to see if I could travel, go out of my way to go downtown to do something for you. But yeah, your best friend. But your best friend is right next to you, and he can't help you. Sorry, London, I can't help you. I'm sorry. Sorry. All right, well, damn. I hope everything works out. Oh, I gotta go. Catch you later. I hang up the phone. You to show the person I read you, I caught you, but you ain't gonna play with me and play my face. Because I tell people, if you want someone to respect you, you gotta give them something to respect. So if you put your foot down and walk away, you're giving them something to respect because they know you can't play with them in their face. So it's either they're not gonna like you and start fucking with you, but why would they stop talking to you? You put your foot down and you walked away. So that means if they're not gonna like you no more, they're gonna create a reason in your head why not to like you. But that's not gonna phase you because that's a boundary you created for yourself. So if they come back and accept you again in their life, then they know when it comes to money, do not ask you. Or, oh, you know what? Since they like that and God forbid someone happens to my car, I'm not gonna pick them up in my car no more. They can't come in my car no more. Okay, cool, not a problem. I'm not gonna be your friend anymore because you're not gonna call me a friend and treat me different versus everybody else. Matter of fact, how about I hang with you whenever it's on my time? But I feel like that would be messy. So
Yeah. Well, I feel like it comes down to the relationships you have with people and their interactions you have with people. People pay attention to it and they move based off of that. I think, far as that situation, I think he also realized that you weren't folding into the group the way I guess he thought you were going to fold into the group. That's why I used to ask you, like, how was your interactions when it was all of y'all to see how you interact. And it seemed like you were more quiet. And then I think that I don't think that that group was as welcoming to you as well. Not saying there's anything wrong with them. I'm just saying I don't think they were as welcoming as he was to you. And that played a role as well because like he said, if the girls ain't coming, he ain't going.
so if I was to give advice to someone that was having the same issue as me, I would say, listen, people are gonna do that, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. That's just how people are going to naturally move. You need to worry about yourself and the type of energy and your own personality. If you see you're not really being welcome, then fuck it. You welcome yourself into that group. You put yourself into that group and make it to be known that if they isolate you, let it be that now it becomes a choice. If it's not a choice, don't automatically assume that they're isolating you. Be yourself, do what you would do, and watch their actions and try to see if it's a choice that they choose to isolate themselves away from you. Only then you will know the actual answer if these people are the ones to be around with. And if you feel like they're not the ones to be around with, then you separate yourself. But the moment they approach you with something, you gotta let it know how you feel right there and then, or whatever decision that you make, let them know right there and then, and be upfront and be straightforward with them. That's how you're gonna get respected.
Maybe
Because number one,
holding your
you're being
feelings in.
yourself.
Do you think maybe holding your feelings in played a role?
I would say not being myself played a role, because holding feelings, expressing my feelings,
like
or calling out is part of who I am. So if you want to be judged based on who you are as a person, not what you present. You know, you don't want people to be like, "Oh, Zafir's an a-hole," but that's not really how you are. You want people to kind of to get to know you. No, or you want people to see your real personality and judge you based on your real personality. And if they don't like you based on who you are, then you're just not compatible. No problem. But if you're putting on a show or you put on a mask and they judge you for that mask, you can't huff and puff and get mad at them, because that's not who you are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when it's just me in London by ourselves, I'm more free, because his energy allows me to be myself. But then when other people come in, it's just their dynamic, their switch is like, I understand, like, you're way more closer to them than you are with me. And it's like, and I know it's not your responsibility to, like, oh, you're a little quiet, what's up? Like, come into the group. That's not your responsibility. We are all our own person. It's my responsibility to put myself in there.
Mm-hmm. Correct. I agree with that.
But if I feel like, like, what they talking about? Like, why are they doing that? Why are they dancing like this? Why? And I feel like, like, disgusted. Like, oh, this is not me. Then if it's not you, then don't be around.
That's true.
You can't say, you know what, this is not me, but I'm gonna be around anyways because I like the energy. Then it's not, because when you out with someone, y'all each feed off of each other's energy. And if you feel like you can't be yourself, it's not fair to them that they had to deal with a Debbie Downer, but yet you get to reap the benefits of their personality. That's not fair for each other, because you're not able to be yourself and they're not able to get the person that they want, which is you.
So that also, so y'all haven't talked.
We have not.
Okay, and then at the wedding, how did that individual even come up with Jen even saying that? What was you saying that made her say that?
Okay, I was telling her, I was like, oh, remember, and the other guys in the review that, that I told you this, I told you that. She was like, yeah, and then she was like, no, and I know I said something, and she was like, no, I said something, and that's when she said that. She was like, well, I guess we see how long that lasts. I said, well, why are you reading me? Don't be reading me. I swear, even they be tired of it, and I don't be telling them nothing.
Yeah. See, they don't even have the scoop, and they over it. Because I'm like, I said, why Jen say something? I said, unless you brought something up.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a good photo that I took of myself to post on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
it's just I have such a long face, so all these photos that show my face being long, like it messed up the picture.
Now you said I have such a long face.
Yeah, like the photos
I
that
get what
I
you're
have around.
saying.
Yeah, like the pictures that I have, which I don't have much, with my face being round. Oh my god, I'm a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I think like I was recently recording I just recently recorded a podcast last night, and I was sitting here like, yo, when I say it, I was like, I clocked in. And it reminded me, like, yo, I used to really clock in when I did these podcasts or whatever. So I was just like, yo, I really clocked in on this podcast. Because when I tell you, I went in a positive way, but a factual way. I'm excited. I haven't been excited for an episode in quite a while, like I am for this episode that's going to get ready to come out. And that's what I was just thinking about. Like, I'm like, when you tell me all these things that you go through with individuals, I don't even know to call them friends or not, because I don't know, I don't know them, and and that's the one thing I've always given grace to, is that I will say, well, you know what, I don't know them, so I don't try to judge them based off of what you tell me. You know, I just say I don't know them. So for me, I think with the London boy, Landon is what I call him, Landon. Um, will y'all talk again? Probably, but at the same time, are your feelings valid? Yes, but at the same time, is he at fault? No. We know this already. Far as the other individual, I feel like that's a situation where I feel like you really done with it, but you still let it teeter totter at the fence. But in my opinion, I feel like I knew you were done with it when you would do everything in your power and you didn't even realize it not to be around them. And you would literally hang out with other individuals just not to hang around that person. And you were only hanging around them when it benefited you. And I don't think that makes you selfish. I think because it also benefited them. What do you think?
Yeah, but honestly, I feel like if you do hang out with someone because it benefits you, so what? Like,
Yeah,
so what?
I agree. So what?
That's about it. Hey, do you want to hang out? Yes, I want to hang out. Boom, you hang out. Or it's because you don't want to go to the bar alone. Okay, and I asked them. I didn't say, you know what, we should go out. Come on, come on, come on. Then that's manipulation. But if I ask you, hey, you know what, I don't want to go to the bar alone. You want to come with me? And you say yes, that's not manipulation. That's not using you, because I told you what it was. I told you how I was feeling and I asked you, and you down.
That's right. I definitely feel that. And everybody, as you listen to this episode of No Love Lost 2.0, realize that you are in control of your life. You are in control of the things that you decide to do. And never feel that you have to be sorry for being who you are authentically. I feel like there's no such thing as a good or a bad person in the world, because everybody is capable of anything. And make sure to always tune into No Love Lost 2.0 and close it out, Moses.
One love.